second annual OIGC. Last year was the year we created it. This year we grew it a bit, actually a lot. And so you'll see there's a lot of new stuff happening out there and in terms of sessions and bringing speakers in. I'm only up here this morning. My next session is the end of Friday. So, and I just want to put it out there, we're looking for feedback. We're going to do a dynamic feedback session kind of on Friday in one of the track places. So if you stick around that long, we're looking for your feedback on where to take this next. But we're now kind of in a mode where we're just in a growth mode. So this is kind of the format we'll do OIGC 2014 and 15 and so on. So Ottawa still continues to grow its game industry, and I think when my company announced a joint venture with a fund, Ottawa Game Fund. So things like that are starting to happen in the city, and it's actually looking pretty promising that we're on our way. So a little bit of feedback from last year when we did the conference. When we did the conference. A few months after that, we were out recruiting people for Magnet down in Toronto, and people and beyond Toronto and further west. But people knew about Ottawa because they'd heard about the game conference. So it's actually working and putting us on the map. So I'm going to just put out one other comment. So. My travels to conferences, generally where you end up in a convention center is like a box center with no windows. So every convention center I've ever been to is actually like this. It doesn't have that section out there. So according to my ranking, this convention center is probably the best convention center I've ever been to in terms of design, architectural design, just being out there in the view that you have on the city. However, that comes with a cost to us, and we're looking at that, what we're going to do with this conference next year, and whether we'll be here or not. But that, wow, quickly we just got turned on. Unfortunately, that means no Wi-Fi again. So things like that cost a huge amount of money per person or per device when you're in a place like this. So begging forgiveness for that. Yeah, but it is the best convention center in the world. So again, this year, 3 major companies in Ottawa founded this conference and injected the initial money to make this all happen. Some of us are out here, and some are out there. I'm going to pass it on to, I think, to Jean. Yeah, to somebody to take over for me, to Jean Sylvain.
Well, thank you everyone to be there. We heard you last year, and a lot of people complained about the 7 a.m. morning session. So this year we did invite you see your hall here at 10 o'clock. I think it's a schedule that fits much more better the gaming community. We also doubled the number of speakers this year, so you'll be pleased to hear speakers from all around the world. Half of our speakers comes from the international, which is great. I think it's great quality content, and there's a lot of interesting sessions coming in. Speaking of session, a lot of you asked me what was the planning, if there was any paper planning. Don't worry, it's going to be ended out when you're going to leave the session. At the end of the session, there will be staff handing you a written copy of the schedule, so you'll be able to have a reference with you. There's a couple of also of things we invite you to see. So have seen while we're entering here, there's a couple of demo and exhibits just out there. So don't miss the demo zones. So a lot of our local company are showcasing their product, what they've been working on. We'll see what's going on in Ottawa. There's a section also featured by TechUni in the back. Don't miss that place. There's also an art gallery that is spread out all around the place, so please take some time to see what's been, what 20 artists or 26 artists did. There's 26 pieces of art that are spread around the place, so check them and see that. If you need any more information regarding like the schedule, what's going on, there will be always staff at the entrance at the info booth that will give you some session. On that note, I'm going to head out to Nick, that's going to speak about our sponsors.
Hi, everybody. OIGC is about to become the next water cooler. Anyways, thanks everybody. Amazing crowd. Yeah, so a lot of people came together to make this happen. As John mentioned, it costs a couple dollars to throw something like this, so we can't do it without the sponsors. So I'm going to run through some of the people that helped out. Of course, Bitheads, Fuel, Playbrains, Microsoft BlackBerry, Magmic, the Dutch Embassy, Canvas Pop, who provided the lovely game art that's spread around the outside area, Ottawa Network for Education, the gents over at Dirty Rectangles, Esports North, Big Viking Games, Snowed In Studios, Tech You Mean, Smoke Labs, Pretzel, and 13 Feet Merchandising, who provided our swag bags. So let me lead us in the
All right, so mostly everything that needs to be said has been said, which is good. So we are about to start Jason's thing soon. We wanted to clarify, though, a couple things. So remember, some of the sessions are downstairs. So we'll be in multiple rooms. There's 4 tracks going at once. This is, I think, only the keynotes are up. Oh, no, the keynotes are up here and mostly the gaming and design stuff. So the consumer and business guys work downstairs, which is pretty awesome. That's where cool kids are. I'm also here to tell you, the party. Okay, so some of you we saw last night at the sort of opening reception. Tonight is probably what we would call the real party. Is it the real party? We're going to call it the real party. It's at the, I want to say the train station or the train yards. Neither of those things are true. It's the conference center. And you're saying, Scott, where are you in the conference center? Well, it's Ottawa, so there's another one right across the street. It's the thing, like right across the street. It's like, I know it's the old train station, but people are going to go to the train station. There is no bar car at the train station. It's not the train station. It's a train station. The old train station. So it's right across the street, but the entrance you're going to use is across from the Chateau Laurier, like not the down one here. You'll figure it out later. You'll be saying, hey, I'm really thirsty. It's 8 o'clock, 8 to midnight, I'm thirsty. Well, you got to be over there. So that's where the thing's going to be. I hope that's very clear. And then, so I think that's the big thing I want to say. Also, if you remember last year, as John said, we put the show on for the first time, and we put out an Eventbrite, and then some idiot, Mike Smith, was that his name, Mike Smith? Is Mike Smith here this year? Some guy just signed up for the conference and paid money. Oh, hey, he is here! Is it Mike Smith? How close was I? Nobody remembers that name. Anyway, welcome again. We're not the first this year, though. You lost your keener attitude. But anyway, I was still very impressed that last year some guy would actually register and pay money for something. There was no content or no nothing. I didn't even have a name. It was just a random link you needed money to. Anyway, so this year, the first attendee is Josh Cosco. Does anyone know Josh? Apparently he's from Montreal. Is that you? Well, then you are the first guy. So, well, no, don't come up. I actually don't have anything for you. Yes. No one see no, but you, my friend, are going to be enjoying a complimentary registration for next year. Ooh. That is a several dollar value. Congratulations to that. Anyway, we'll figure it out later. But anyway, well done on being keen. Once again, actually, no, last year we let you speak, Kevin Smith, even though I call you Mike, because his friends call him Mike. Do you have anything to say about the conference this year so far, Josh?
This year it's quite like walking in is very, very nice compared to last year.
Okay, I like how you put that. Walking in is very, very nice, but then you get here and it all like shit. Screw you, Josh Dodson. No, Kevin gets the registration. It's a good first registration. You're on the line. Okay, so that really has to be it. Oh, right. Sorry. So you're saying, hey, Scott, sessions end like at 6-ish or something. But parties start late. What could we possibly do from 6 to 8? Well, if you're also thirsty and nimbly, we're at the Novotel Hotel. All of us and others have hospitality suites, which is to say rooms with liquor in them. So this actually is coming out wrong. Please come to my room and drink liquor. But that is actually what's going to happen. So we're doing this sort of it's like a pub crawl between the suites. We're calling it Between the Suites. So if you would like to come to that tonight, we will have invite little business cardy things. You actually have to find us and like schmooze somebody to actually get in. It's a hotel. How are people not going to get in? Trust me, you're going to need to have the card to get in, even though it's probably not true. You should actually come and get an invite from some, so we'll have them. Anybody else? Magnet Blackberry, Flaming, and Fuel. My favorite part is they're all on different floors. We're, for example, in 414, Fuel's in 314, or 814. Microsoft is in one of the ones in the middle, and in two of those other ones are just like tourists from out of town. So knock on their door, they'll probably invite you in for a drink. It'll be fun. Okay, I remember when I said I wasn't going to actually take too long. All right, it is now my great pleasure and honor to introduce the first speaker, the keynote to kick it all off. From Montreal, ex-director of IGA, current principal, I don't even know what to say. He'll tell you all about Exhibition Labs and the wonderful, interesting things you're doing. Please welcome to kick things off the OIGC 2013, Jason Delrose.